Get ready to discover answers in the Bible with Bayless Conley.
You should read the book of Job sometime. It's intriguing. The devil's end game in the story is to get Job to curse God. And the devil keeps telling God, look, if Job, if he loses all his stuff, he'll curse you to your face. Doesn't happen. Well, if he loses his health, he'll curse you to your face. Again and again, the devil said, well, Job, I'm going to get Job to curse you. I'm going to get Job to curse you. And early on in the book, Job's wife only has one thing to say. One verse attributed to his wife. This is what his wife says. How long will you hold fast your integrity, Job? Just curse God and die. She echoed the very thing that the devil had been saying over and over and over. Where did she get that? Where did she pick that up? Well, she was influenced by the devil. She actually just parroted the very thing that the devil had been saying. Peter in Matthew 16, Jesus said, guys, who do men say that I am? Peter says, you're the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus said, amazing, Peter. Flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you. You got that from my Father in heaven. The influence of God has been on you, Peter. And then Jesus tells the disciples right after that, look, I got to go to Jerusalem. I'm going to suffer. Peter pulls him aside and said, not so, Lord. You don't have to suffer. Jesus looks at Peter and says, get behind me, Satan. 1 minute, he's yielding to God. The next minute, he's yielding to the influence of the devil. Listen, in our marriages, in our families, in our work relationships and outside, let us determine that we are going to yield to the influence of God and not the influence of the devil. And look, I don't mean to overemphasize this and attribute everything that happens to some unseen spiritual force. But it can be the case, and to ignore it or overlook it would be unwise. It's quite obvious that we are engaged in a conflict.